Hey guys, it's Milo back with another video, and today I'm going to be modding my SK64. This is a mechanical keyboard with optical switches. It is a 60%, but it has the arrow keys, and it also has PBT keycaps. Overall, it's a really nice keyboard, and I posted a review to that, so you can check it out down below in the description. And let's get straight into the video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this. This is what the stock keyboard looks like. I did give it a bit of a checkered pattern, and then I'm using spray lube to lube the switches, dielectric grease to lube the stabilizers and make it feel all smooth. And then here is the switch and keycap puller. And then I just have the nozzle for the spray lube so that I'm able to get the lube inside of the switches. And then here's the case that I'm going to be putting this PCB inside of. And then of course the keycaps that I'm going to use. Right now I'm pulling off all of the keycaps, and it's going to take a bit of time to do this because you have to go one by one by one by one. And I also recommend using a wire keycap puller instead of a plastic one, because the plastic ones do tend to scratch up your keycaps, and you do not want that to happen. This is the iFixit kit that I'm using, and they have a bunch of different screwdriver bits, so if you do fix other things, then I highly recommend getting one of these. And I'm using a Phillips head screwdriver because that's the screws that this keyboard has. And right now I'm just unscrewing the PCB in the plate from the keyboard. Not too challenging, just make sure not to strip it because the screws they use are pretty bad quality. Like if you over tighten it by the slightest, you can completely ruin them. That's just something to keep in mind. And I actually did realize I modded this already, but I'm going to be transferring the case and doing some other mods too. This is the Bluetooth battery that was inside of it, and it was really challenging to get out because they use a strong adhesive. I actually ruined the battery, so if you guys do have a battery in your keyboard, I recommend just leaving it there because there's no way you can get it out without ruining it. I'm checking out this plate because it's seriously bent, and I have no clue how this could have happened. It might have just been like this from the factory, but that leads to the spacebar switch not being able to go into the PCB all the way. And that makes it so the spacebar doesn't work at all. And I might be able to hammer out the plate to fix this issue, but that's just kind of annoying. I don't know, guys. I run into a lot of compatibility issues in this video though, so I don't really recommend swapping out the cases for your keyboard, especially if it's a budget keyboard. I added a piece of napkin in between the case and the PCB, and this does the same thing that a foam layer does. It just absorbs the sound and reduces all the pinging and rattly. And right here I have band-aids where the stabilizers hit the PCB, and I'm putting lube on top of that so it's nice and smooth and there's no rattle. And that actually didn't make sense to do that because plate mount stabilizers don't hit the PCB. And also right there I just clipped off the microphone in this keyboard because I don't want the Chinese government spying on me. Thankfully, I already lubed the stabilizers because now it won't let me go into the keyboard and unattach the stabilizers. I think that's because the plate is bent, and that's just super annoying because the spacebar is still rattly, but whatever, it's a budget keyboard, so I guess you should expect that things like this could possibly happen. And I already lubed all of the red switches, and there wasn't enough switches in this keyboard, so I had to put in a few optical blue switches. And I'm showing you guys me spray lubing the blue switches because it's a similar process on how I did the rest of them. You basically just push down the stem, and then you put the nozzle where the slider would be, and you just give it a little squirt on each side of the slider, and then you just press it a few times so it gets evened out, and you're basically good to go. And I really do like spray lubing. Just make sure you don't lube too much because then it gets really mushy. I'm putting the keycaps on now, and I feel like there was a lot of issues with this build. It was the first time I did a major modding project, but I really don't recommend swapping out cases for your keyboard. I do recommend like lubing the switches, stabilizers, clipping them, and putting in foam, but that's pretty much it, especially with a cheap keyboard where there may be compatibility issues. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, then please like and subscribe. And peace out, guys. Thank you for watching.